How to think about money like a billionaire. Introduction. Do you want to make more money? Then stop wanting money. Stop the desire to make money right now. This is not about restraint or living like a monk. This is about completely changing your concept of how money actually works. Warren Buffett said that he does not think about money. He thinks about businesses. Elon Musk declared that money is just a database for resource allocation. Bill Gates confessed that money has no utility to him beyond a certain point. Jeff Bezos always says to obsess over customers. Money will follow naturally. What do these billionaires have in common? They do not make money their goal. Instead, they focus on creating value, solving problems, and satisfying customers. Money comes as a result. This is the critical difference between ordinary people and billionaires. The difference in mindset creates the difference in results. But here is something crucial you need to understand. Setting your mindset right only needs to happen once. But that one time will have an incredible effect. Most people think they will figure this out later and keep postponing it. Do not do that. Right now, this one time, get it completely sorted out. The content is not difficult. There are no complex formulas or technical skills required. It is simply a shift in thinking. I will summarize everything clearly at the end, so even if you do not understand something in the middle, do not stop listening. Keep going to the end. Chapter 1. Money is the scorecard, not the game. Here is the fundamental difference that changes everything. How ordinary people think is how can I make money? How billionaires think is what value can I create? This might sound like a small difference, but it transforms every decision you make about money. When you focus on making money, you become desperate. You chase quick schemes. You take shortcuts. You burn relationships. You sacrifice long-term value for short-term gain. When you focus on creating value, something magical happens. You start solving real problems. You build lasting relationships. You create systems that work. And money flows naturally as a result. Let me tell you about Jeff Bezos in 1994. When he started Amazon, he did not say, "How can I make the most money from selling books online?" He said, "How can I create the most amazing customer experience possible?" For 20 years, he focused on customer satisfaction over profits. Wall Street criticized him constantly. Investors complained about low profit margins. But Bezos never wavered from his focus on value creation. The result? Amazon became one of the largest companies in the world, and Bezos became one of the richest people in history. Here is what you can do starting today. Every time you catch yourself thinking, "How can I make money?" immediately replace it with, "How can I help someone?" or "What problem can I solve?" This single shift in thinking will change everything about how you approach opportunities, relationships, and business decisions. Chapter 2. Build systems, not just income. Most people trade time for money. Billionaires build systems that generate money. Ordinary thinking is, if I work 1 hour, I earn $50. Billionaire thinking as, this system earns money even when I am sleeping. When you trade time for money, your income stops the moment you stop working. When you build systems, your income continues 24 hours a day. Let me show you what I mean with McDonald's. Most people think McDonald's is a hamburger company. They are wrong. McDonald's is a real estate company that happens to sell hamburgers. They own the land under almost every McDonald's restaurant. They collect rent from franchisees. This system generates income every single day from thousands of locations around the world. Ray Kroc, the founder, understood this from the beginning. He was not in the burger business. He was in the business of building a system that would generate continuous income. You can apply this same thinking to whatever you do. Instead of just doing work, ask yourself, how can I turn this into a system? If you are a graphic designer, do not just design one logo at a time. Create templates that can be customized. Build a system where clients can get designs without your direct involvement every time. If you are a consultant, do not just sell your time. Create courses, write guides, build processes that can help people even when you are not there. The key is to stop thinking about individual transactions and start thinking about systems that can operate independently. Starting this week, look at your current work and identify 3 repetitive tasks that could be automated or systematized. That is your first step toward thinking like a billionaire. Chapter 3: Delay Gratification for Exponential Results. Ordinary people want immediate results. Billionaires understand the power of compound growth. This is perhaps the hardest concept for most people to grasp because our culture celebrates instant gratification. We want results now, profits now, success now. But billionaires think differently. They are willing to sacrifice today for exponential gains tomorrow. Amazon is the perfect example. From 1997 to 2017, Jeff Bezos reinvested almost every penny of profit back into growing the company. For 20 years. Shareholders complained. The media questioned his strategy. Competitors mocked Amazon's low profit margins. But Bezos understood something they did not. He was building compound growth. Every dollar reinvested made the company stronger. Every improvement in customer experience brought more customers. Every new service created more value. The result? After 20 years of delayed gratification, Amazon's market value exploded past $1 trillion. You can apply this compound thinking to everything in your life. Money compounds when you reinvest profits instead of spending them immediately. Knowledge compounds when you use what you learn to learn even more. Relationships compound when you help others, and they help you reach even more people. Reputation compounds when each good action makes people trust you more, leading to bigger opportunities. Starting this week, practice delayed gratification in small ways. When you earn any profit, reinvest a portion of it instead of spending it all. When you learn something new, immediately use it to solve a problem or help someone else. This mindset shift from immediate satisfaction to compound growth is what separates millionaires from billionaires. Chapter 4: Money Buys Freedom, Not Status. Here is a truth that will change how you spend money forever. Ordinary people use money to buy things that make them look successful to others. Billionaires use money to buy time and choices. Warren Buffett still lives in the same house he bought in Omaha in 1958. He does not drive expensive cars or wear designer clothes. Yet he is one of the richest people in the world. Why? Because he understands that true wealth is not about showing off. It is about freedom. Buffett once said that the real measure of your wealth is how much you would be worth if you lost all your money. What he meant is that real wealth is about having options. Freedom to say no to things you do not want to do. Freedom to say yes to opportunities that excite you. Freedom to spend time with people you care about. Most people get this backwards. They buy expensive cars, designer clothes, and fancy gadgets to signal their success. But these purchases actually reduce their freedom because they create financial obligations. Every expensive purchase that does not generate income or save time is actually stealing your freedom. Real freedom comes from 4 types of money-based choices. Time freedom is not having to do work you hate because you need the money. Choice freedom is being able to make decisions based on what is right, not what pays bills. Relationship freedom is knowing whether people like you for who you are or what you have. Experiment freedom is having enough financial cushion to try new things without risking everything. Before making any purchase, ask yourself, does this increase my freedom or decrease it? If it saves you time, creates opportunities, or gives you more choices, it might be worth buying. If it is just for show, skip it and invest that money in something that actually increases your freedom. Chapter 5: Invest in Problems and People. While ordinary people invest in existing assets, billionaires invest in unsolved problems and human potential. Most investment advice tells you to buy stocks, real estate, or bonds. That is not wrong, but it is thinking small. Billionaires look for bigger opportunities. They invest in problems that millions of people have. They invest in people who can solve those problems. They invest in technologies that can change entire industries. Bill Gates demonstrated this perfectly. In the early days of Microsoft, He said that a great programmer is worth more than 50 average programmers. Instead of just hiring anyone who could code, Gates invested heavily in finding and keeping the absolute best talent. He understood that exceptional people create exponential results. Now, with the Gates Foundation, he is applying the same principle. Instead of just donating money to existing charities, he invests in solving fundamental problems. Diseases that affect millions, education systems that do not work, climate change solutions. You can apply this thinking, even if you do not have billions to invest. Look for problems that frustrate you and many other people. The bigger the problem, the bigger the opportunity. Instead of just complaining about inefficient systems, think about how they could be improved. Invest in your own skills and knowledge. Invest in relationships with people who share your vision. When you see someone with potential, help them succeed. Many billionaires got their start because someone else believed in them and invested in their potential. This week, spend time identifying 3 problems in your daily life that many other people probably also experience. Do not try to solve them all immediately. Just start thinking about them. Problem-focused thinking is how billionaires spot opportunities that others miss. Chapter 6: Think in Decades. Ordinary people focus on results they can see in 1 or 2 years. Billionaires make decisions based on what will happen in 10 or 20 years. This long-term thinking gives billionaires a massive advantage because most people cannot or will not think this way. Jeff Bezos calls this day one thinking. Every day, he acts like it is the first day of building something that will last for decades. This perspective allows him to ignore short-term criticism and focus on long-term value creation. When you think in decades, everything changes. Career decisions. Instead of chasing the highest salary right now, you focus on building skills that will be valuable for decades. Investment decisions. Instead of trying to make quick profits, you focus on assets that will grow over time. Relationship decisions. Instead of focusing on what people can do for you today, you think about growing together over years. Learning decisions. Instead of just learning what you need right now, you study things that will become more valuable over time. Most people avoid long-term thinking because it requires patience and delayed gratification. But that is exactly why it works so well for those who master it. Starting today, when you face any important decision, ask yourself, how will this affect me 10 years from now? This simple question will help you make choices that build long-term value, instead of just solving immediate problems. Chapter 7: Failure is your teacher. Here is how billionaires think about failure, and it is completely different from how most people think about it. Ordinary people think failure equals loss, something to avoid at all costs. Billionaires think failure equals data, information that helps them improve. Elon Musk perfectly demonstrates this mindset. After selling PayPal, he invested every penny in Tesla and SpaceX. Both companies nearly went bankrupt multiple times. Most people would have given up. But Musk treated every failure as a learning opportunity. Every rocket that exploded taught him something new about engineering. Every production problem at Tesla revealed ways to improve manufacturing. Today, both companies are leading their industries precisely because Musk learned from failures that would have stopped other people. The key is changing your emotional response to failure. Instead of feeling shame or disappointment, immediately ask, what is this teaching me? Every failure contains information that success cannot provide. When things go right, you often do not know exactly why. When things go wrong, you can usually identify the specific cause. This makes failure incredibly valuable for improvement. Starting this week, when something does not work out as planned, resist the urge to feel bad about it. Instead, immediately analyze what happened and what you can learn from it. Keep a failure log. Write down what went wrong, why it happened, what you learned, and how you will do better next time. This simple practice will transform your relationship with failure and accelerate your learning faster than any other method. Chapter 8: The Complete Mindset Transformation. As promised, here is the complete summary of everything we have covered. This is your final roadmap to thinking like a billionaire. The 7 mental shifts. First goal shift. From make money to create value. Second method shift. From trade time to build systems. Third time shift. From immediate results to compound growth. Fourth purpose shift. From buy status to buy freedom. Fifth investment shift. From assets only to problems and people. Sixth timeline shift. From short term to decades. Seventh attitude shift. From avoid failure to learn from failure. Your new daily questions. Every morning, ask what value can I create today? Who can I help? Every evening, ask what system did I build or improve today? What did I learn? Before big decisions, ask how will this affect me 10 years from now? After any setback, ask what is this teaching me? How can I use this information? These are not just nice ideas to think about occasionally. This is a complete operating system for your mind when it comes to money and success. The transformation happens when you consistently apply these 7 shifts for at least 30 days. Your brain will literally rewire itself to think differently about opportunities, problems, and possibilities. Here's your commitment plan. Week 1, focus on value creation instead of money chasing. Week 2, start building one small system instead of just trading time. Week 3, practice delayed gratification and long-term thinking. Week 4, integrate all 7 principles into your daily decisions. The final truth. Billionaires are not different species of humans. They do not have access to secret information that you do not have. They simply think differently about money. The paradox we started with is real. When you stop chasing money and start creating value, money chases you. When you focus on building systems instead of just earning income, income becomes automatic. When you think in decades instead of months, you make decisions that compound into extraordinary results. This is how billionaires actually think about money. Now you know their secret. The question is not whether this works. Billionaires have already proven it works. The question is whether you will think differently, starting today. Stop wanting money. Start creating value. Money will follow naturally. That is the billionaire mindset. Now it is yours.